Going past it.
Hello and welcome to round 4 of the Global Racing League, and welcome to the north of Italy for our first sprint race of the year in our casual division. Of the casual division, we are at the Temple of Speed in Monza, Italy. The Ferrari homeland is known for its long straights, heavy braking zones, and provides a lot of action, especially on lap 1 of the Grand Prix. The track has 11 corners, 7 right, 4 to the left. It measures at 5.9 kilometers, has a top speed of 220 miles an hour, and has 2 DRS zones. Following last week, which was our trip to Sao Paulo, which was won by Hershey, however, it is still Wicked Vicky leading the way, with Ivy Whiffle sat in right behind him. However, neither are attending today, so there are points to grab for some of the people lower in the standings, and probably a new race winner. But let's see who can pick up these additional points today, as we do have our sprint race along with a 35% race of a Grand Prix. So I am Spray. I'm joined by Ghostlow for the first time this season, and we're going to go into our first qualifying session in Monza. Yeah. Well, what I'm quickly do, I'm just going to go through these standings for everyone. So we are 3 rounds in. We have 2 rounds, one by Wicked Vicky and the other by Hershey from last week. So the drivers standings: Vicky on top in the Alpine with 68. Whiffle sat in second on 36, with Rahman just in behind him on 33. Scarito is in 4th. Stricken is in 5th. Hershey in 6th, with Shooter, Charman, Anton and Deadly Mosquito all making up the top 10. On to constructors. It is a bit closer. Alpine sat on 73 points, and Red Bull sat right in behind him, which is made of a team of Rahman and Stricken. Williams sat in 3rd place with Alfa Romeo on a measly 38. With a championship contender, you'd hope to be having a bit more than that. AlphaTauri in 5th, Haas in 6th, Aston in 7th, Mercedes in 8th, McLaren in 9th, and it is Ferrari who are sat in dead last with 0 points for the season, even though they have the championship defender from last season, who obviously hasn't found his groove on the game yet. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
So I think the first lap is going to come in through. It's a McLaren. Is that true, Loki? Or is that?
Yes, that is
So BX in the Haas today. He did lose his AlphaTauri seat, but he's in the Haas. He's going to do a reserve job for RRL Apex, who isn't here today. Obviously, was one of the challengers for May in Season 5 in Tier 2. However, once again, hasn't really found his footing on the game yet. He also is purple through the second sector, going through Ascari now into Parabolica. He will be the fastest man. Let's see what sort of time we're here looking for. What would you say the provisional pole time goes for?
I don't know. Maybe. I'll see what time this BX Pro gets first.
He's went very wide up Parabolica. It's going to really run up his exit. 20.7, I think, quicker than that.
119, a low 119, I think.
Johnny shows next across the line with a 23.2. Stricken is going through Parabolica. This is going to be one of the competitive lap times. He is one of the quicker guys in the tier. For Stricken, he's going to be in the 120s, and it's going to be provisional pole by 4 tenths, a 120.3. I think there is still a lot of time to be made. Let's have a look at who else is on our lap. Sociopath is coming up to his final corner. 20.2 for a new provisional pole time for the reserve driver in the Alfa Romeo. Pratham is also coming up to the Parabolica. Foot down in the Williams, which in real life is a very good car in a straight line. Let's have a look in the game. Pratham across the line. I think this will be more close got provisional pole, but it was Shooter who went a bit quicker. 20.1 for the Haas. Who's next across the line? Is that Loki? Loki, he's just came back from Tier 1. Hasn't really found his footing on this game, but I think he's definitely going to take provisional pole, and there it is. A 120 flat.
My new pole prediction is going to be a 119.8.
A 19.8. Well, honestly, because we don't have Vicky, we don't have Harshy, and we don't have Ivy Whittle here today. So there's definitely a good potential for other drivers to win today. And it's going to be a guaranteed new winner. For at least this season, obviously. Well, Anton, cross the final corner, does go a little bit wide. You want to take a really tight line through the final corner, minimise the run into the finish line. P5 for the Alpine. That is essentially all the first runs done. Rahman puts his car into P6 just behind his teammate, 0.14 of a second separating them. Final few outlaps coming in are from Chartman, who goes P10. Then it's Purbazar and NY2 who are yet to do their flying lap, as well as Moment, who is also reserving in the Mercedes. Let's go on board with Purbazar throughout this hot lap. Once again, he's come back. He did initially, well, there's a Miller retirement, and that is BX Pro, and that is at. Do you see what corner that is?
So is that Ascari or 4?
I can't even see his car.
It was near the double right-hander.
What, Lesmo?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, going through the first corner is Purbazar, back in the Alfa Romeo from last season, going through Rettifilio, and now onto Curva Grande, coming up to the Delia Roger chicane. Across the first sector, he was purple, but I'm not sure if that is actually representative of his time. He's gone super deep into that corner, does manage to stick it in the white lines though. Turn up to the Dubbo Lesmo right-handers, sticks it in 50, he's going to run out this corner as wide as possible and take it super narrow, riding the curve. He's going to beach himself a little bit on that left-hand side curve, which is probably what you want to do. Down Saragillo, now coming up to Varianta Ascari, once again purple through the second sector. Not sure if that is actually true. Handles Ascari perfectly, or does or almost invalidates his flying lap. Coming up to the final corner, which is Parabolica. Let's see if he's actually going to take this corner wide, if he's going to hang it nice and short to the finish line. Keeps it in 6th gear. Power on for the Alpha. This will definitely be a top 2 time for Purbazar. He's in the 119s. No, 20.2 for the Alpha. That was a very good effort though. Moment has backed out of his flying lap. Purbazar, no, we just watched him. It's not my finest moment. I'm hoping the audio sounds okay. If anyone is watching, just tell me if the audio is okay, because I change mics every week, so I'm not sure how it sounds. If the game is too loud, just let me know. It happens every week. So the front two are taken up by True Loki and Shooter. Two of the more unsurprising got a 3-4 for Alfa Romeo currently as well, who are doing a good job of filling in for Ivor Wiffle. There is a car who was, I believe, spun or just missed their braking point, which was Span. Oh, Spandon has a qualifying ban. That's why. Audio was good. Thank you for that, Sharpman. Yes, it was May. So May. What do you do? I've never had a qualifying ban. What do you do?
You go out straight away. Well, whenever. Ideally at the start, and you put your setup on, go out, and then retire somewhere safe.
There we go. So May, if you're listening, that is what you have to do, just to make sure your car does match for Parc Fermé. We're gonna have someone leave the session there, which was Easy Level Bot. I will just quickly send him another invite because I don't think he's actually added to the comms box just yet. I will just do that, or is he actually gone offline? I will invite him again anyway. There we go. Is there anyone on a flying lap, Ghostlight?
Got. I think Momo's finishing his now, 11 seconds up. But
yeah, he's just invalidated.
Scarito, he's a chief officer.
Yep, Scarito. Obviously, doesn't even know he's going to go very wide. And how is that not invalidated? I do not know.
He's not got zero. So.
Oh, okay, then why? Yeah, thank you for pointing that out.
Strickland's on a lap, I think. He's using his DRS.
Yep, I believe so. Yep, coming up now into the Roger chicane. There is a yellow flag in turn 1. It's going to be purple sector 1 for the Red Bull of Stricken. Coming up, Lesmo, and he's completely also rear-ended. He's very lucky to not bin the car there. That is good handling from Stricken just to keep himself in this qualifying session. Still 8 minutes to go. There's still a lot of lap time left in this circuit. Jolly is not going any quicker than he was before. Is there anyone on a lap? I don't believe so. Stricken is still in... No, he's not improving on... I was about to say, how is Stricken still improving on his time? I'm going to be very curious if anyone can get into the 119, because at the minute it kind of just seems like the front sort of 4 are very much in touching distance, but not really any of them are improving on their laps.
Loki just needs to get 2,000, and then he's into the 19s, but I think he can do it, but I'm not sure about anyone can do it.
Well, let's have a look at the first one, which is going to be the reserve of Socio, who's sat on currently at 20.2. He's going to have a little bit more work to do to get into the 119s. I'm just going to go on board with him throughout this lap. He's going to come up behind an AlphaTauri who will give him a little bit of a slipstream down into turn 1. Obviously, he does not want to be held up too bad. I think that's the AlphaTauri of Scarito. Through turns 1 and 2, keeps it in second gear, puts himself back onto the power. First sector line is coming up any second now through the Curva Grande. Shooter is also on his second flying lap of the session. Socio is 2 100ths down in the first sector into the Roger chicane. Has a little bit bump. There's the 119 we were talking about. That is a superb lap from Pratham.
It's almost sounds like tier 1 or advanced.
It's still tier 1 in my eyes. Right, Socio up to our second sector line. What's it going to be? Will it be an improvement? He's up by 2/10. Right now he's on look for a first or front row start, and he's still going to benefit from this slipstream. This could be really good for the Alpha. He's going to get a slipstream all the way down this back straight and also onto the pit straight and through Parabolica. He's not going to be affected in the braking zones. This could be perfect for the Alpha. Across the line for the Alfa Romeo. It does go a little bit wide from Parabolica. Let's see, across the line. Will it be front row? No, it's not. He really didn't improve. He lost out a 10th and a bit. Shooter is 700ths of a second up from his previous time. Will it be that much of an improvement through the final corner? No, it's not. 800ths of a second, but Pratham with a superb lap on his debut. Rahman 2/10ths up. He's looking to get closer to second place. This is probably a good opportunity for him to pick up the first win of the season for Red Bull. Rahman across the line, puts himself in second, 119.8 for Rahman. Stricken, oh no, Chartman, I'm sorry, is on a lap, but he's 9 seconds down. Scarito, has he used money? I think he timed on his battery late though.
So far.
Yeah, but he's 10th and a half up through the second sector. I don't know if he is using his battery, he's not going down that. Do you use much battery on a hot lap here?
If you do, yeah.
Also, I haven't really done this track a lot.
No, I haven't done it at all.
Oh, that's great. Oh, Scarito did just put himself in the wrong gear there. That could probably affect him through the final corner, and he's just going to back off his previous lap. Yeah, will not be an improvement for Scarito. NYT is on a lap, going through the first sector. Is Shooter improving, or is that him coming into the pit lane? That's him coming into the pit lane. Who was on NYT again, through the first sector, he is a 10th and a half down. Jolly Shirt through the first sector is 4/10 improving on his lap time, goes through the Roger chicane, now up to the double right of Lesmo. Sticks it nice and close to the curb, runs him out fully. Probably could have gone a gear less than he was in there, just to get those revs up. Goes super wide, he's in the wall and he is out. Oh, that is not a pretty crash for Jolly.
Oh dear. MRT is 7/10 up now, coming into Parabolica.
Yeah, I will just quickly just go on board with the Aston across the line, P10 for NYT, and that was a good amount of improvement, but he's going to need a little bit more to get closer into that top 4, top 5 maybe. I mean, set from 3rd to 10th, it is 4/10. That is not a lot. And you still got Scarito, I don't think has put in a proper lap time. I think Scarito is quicker than that. Mate, if you're listening, to serve your penalty and to not get screwed over in the Grand Prix, go out, select your setup and retire on track. Or else you will not have a setup for the race, I don't believe. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That is correct. So Reme, if you are listening. That's Moman who is retired. Is that on track? Or is that in the? I think maybe in the pit lane. Is Anton on a hot lap? I'm not sure.
He's down 200.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume he is on his flying lap through Lesmo, rear wing open for the Alpine, coming up to the downhill and up into the entry of Ascari. Second sector line is now Hanton, 1600ths of a second. Improvement is just going to be enough to pit moment where he's almost lost getting Ascari, but he's kept it going. That rear end slipping out from the Alpine, that could lose him a bit of time, or he does a little bit of a Tokyo drift to gain him time through Parabolica. Now the final and 11th corner of the Monza circuit, and that is a bit wide for my liking. Yep, so that will be the qualifying session over for Anton. A minute to go into the end of qualifying. Alpine for Anton stuck in P9, but a provisional pole time so far is set by Pratham, a 1:19.6 with Rahman just 2/10 behind him. Shooter is going to go for his final flying lap of this short qualifying session before we go into our first sprint race in the casual tier. Going up now into turn 1, it's going to have to be heavy but precise braking for the Haas. He's going to miss that inside club. He does hit the outside one. Power for the Haas, has to make sure he keeps that foot planted going through Turva de Grande, now into the Roger chicane, which is coming up in just a second. But before that, the first sector for the Haas, will it be an improvement? Yes, by 700ths of a second. That will be good enough to get him close up to Roller. He's handled Roger absolutely perfect. Going into the double of Lesbo now, keeps it fit. This is a super tidy lap from the Haas so far. Rear wing open for Shooter, going down Sarah Gillo, and now onto the second sector line. What's it going to be for the Haas? Is he still improving? He is by 2/10. This is going to be super close. Socio has retired at, I believe, Lesmo, so that is his qualifying over. Shooter handles Ascari to perfection. Parabolica left for the Haas now. What's it going to be? This is going to be super close up to Rahman. It is going to be a hell of a close. How are Pratham and Rahman doing, Go Slow?
Rahman is 4 tenths up.
4 tenths, and Shooter punting in P2. Beats Rahman onto the first row. Pratham is not improving. It is all down to Rahman now to see if he can improve on this final lap of the weekend. And he is a tenth and a half up. This is going to be a close call for pole position. True Loki God improves by just a tenth. Only fourth best for him. Let's follow Rahman through these final few corners into the second of the right-handers of Lesmo, rear wing open down. Sarah, is it Sarah Giglio or Sarah Filio? I'm not even too sure. My Italian is not great. Giglio, whatever.
Sorry, 2 tenths up, maybe 4 tenths. I can't remember.
And Rahman is improving. He is just went a tenth, or just a bit more than a tenth and a half up on his previous time. Parmesan goes on to pole position. Where's that come from? Let's have a quick. I was following Rahman that whole time. He's nailed Parabolica to a T across the line for the Red Bull. Will it be pole position? Yes, it will be for Rahman, a 14.9. He is taking pole in Monza. Parmesan sticks it on the front row. Pratham, who he took his lead for the whole time in qualifying, only starts third. Superb lap from Rahman under pressure. Parmesan so close. But it is going to be Rahman taking pole, a 14.97 for the Red Bull. That is their first pole position. Oh no, their second pole position of the season. Parmesan in second place, Pratham in third. Shooter fourth in the Haas, has a bit of work to do to try and get further up grid. Loki sat into fifth place, Socio in sixth, Stricken, the teammate of Rahman, in seventh, Moman in eighth, Anton in ninth, NYT finishing off for the points. And what a qualifying session that was.
One thing you should know is the top 4, apart from Herbs, all used all their sets of softs.
Yeah, that is a good point. But don't you get an extra set for the sprint race?
Oh, was it a sprint today? Yeah, I think you do. Or maybe you don't. I don't know actually. To get sprayed, it's just 10 minutes.
What, so the sprint races... Well, we had a bit of a mishap with the sprint race on last Saturday in Tier 1. Also, Goso did get a podium in, so it wasn't all bad for us. But, yeah, there was a bit of a critique of the setup of the format of the sprint race. So it has been changed as a new format. So it is also going to be the short qualifying session where we just saw Rahman take pole position. Then it's going to be a 6-lap sprint to the finish line to get some more points under their bag, and then it will be a 35% feature race to top off the Grand Prix, and that will be where the chunk of points will be distributed to all 10 drivers that finish. That's good for MYT. Right, let's get everything. Let's have a quick look at the tyres. Soft tyres for everyone, apart from Well Anyway, who is still somehow in the lobby. Oh wait, it's not a formation lap! I'm so sorry! True Loki somehow going up. What has happened in turn? I thought it was a formation lap! I think I made that mistake the other way, but it is Rahman who does take the lead and holds it. What has gone on in the back? Socio's in second, Stricken to 18. What has happened? I feel sorry for the casual division highlights video because I just completely butchered that. Loki is having a little bit of a scrap with Anton as well, coming through out of the Roger chicane, a double right-hander of Lesmo. Mo's got to follow in this Alpine all the way. I was thinking, why is everyone swapping positions so early? I completely forgot when it was all broken. Chartman gets past the AlphaTauri. Pratham is retired. And it is going to be a VSC. I've just butchered that so badly. Jeez. I didn't race last week, that's why I didn't think there was no formation lap.
Yeah, I think it's because it has like loads more body glitches than last week as well.
Well, I apologise for Well Anyway, who does make the highlight videos, as I was unaware there was no formation of that, but what, I don't even know what happened on the start. Rahman Schooley. Well, Pratham is out for some reason. Pubs are down in 18th place. Nighty Night is in 4th. BX sat into 5th place. Anton 6th. May has found himself go up 10 positions, and it is Green Flag Racing here in Monza, and there's been a spin. Who just spun? I think it was Jolly Shirt. Stricken right behind NYT into the Roger Chicane. Doesn't want to make that step up, but he's going to follow him all the way. BX Pro closing in as well. They're all sort of following each other through the chicane, and there's been a move change at the back, and that is going to be May falling down the order. Shooter, who's now in 10th place for whatever reason, following in now onto Chartman, and Loki sees himself drop position. Spander has overtaken well anyway, who is driving for no reason.
May is missing a left end plate, by the way.
Oh, so May has got some damage. That's why he probably lost a few positions. Strickett now following in on the Aston. BX Pro getting a huge run behind Strickett, however, into Parabolica. This could be a move just through the slipstream of the Haas. Does not choose to make it. Rahman leading the sprint race by 2 seconds. Socio sat in 2nd place with NYT in 3rd on the final step on the podium. BX Pro is going to make the move past Stricken just with the Haas power beating the Red Bull. I think Stricken is going to try and fight this into turn 1. He's just going to break a bit early, and oh my, BX almost just went into the back of the Aston, but Stricken's going to go all the way around the outside of the Haas, and he makes the move, and oh, that's a huge snap from the Haas. That's going to ruin that position. Stricken holds on to 4th place, but now he's got just Moment sat behind him. May gets past Shooter, Loki, and Anton going to go very close now into the Roger Chicane, and Anton has to go wide. But at the minute it is Rahman just extending his gap up front. A lot of battles on track. It's really hard to keep track of. BX is once again, he's going to go side by side with Moment, and he's going to go past just Moment. P5 for the Haas, and I think Loki's also going to get the position on the Mercedes. The DRS train is really starting to form now. It's going to be whoever can manage that DRS train the best. Stricken did close up to the Aston, but had a little bit of a wobble out of Ascari, I believe. May gets past the Alpine of Anton, as so does Shooter. On the left-hand side of the Alpine, there is a little bit of a touch onto the back end of May, who does go wide out of Parabolica. They're both going to have DRS, however. Oh no, they're not. Anton is going to get the DRS with, oh no, it's easy level bot, sorry. They're all going to chase now onto May, and it's a bit of a roadblock in the way. Easy level going quicker, but just couldn't really find a way through. And all that 3 wide coming out of turn 1, and that is Moment in the wall.
Okay, clear.
Both Hasses are now 6th and 7th. It was, I believe, Moment, May, and one of the Hasses who got a bit touchy out of turn 1. Chartman fending off that points position right behind Easy Level Bot. Could make a lunge into the Lesmo, but he does not, just chooses to hold that position. But that was chaos out of turn 1. There's so many scraps going on. Anton, rear wing, open. However, that is going to be Scarito going past the Alpine. They're all going to hunt now onto Easy Level Bot. Chartman finds his way into P9. Easy Level Bot has got a car right behind him, which is Scarito. He's going to hunt down this position. Left-hand side for the AlphaTauri, does not have the straight line speed to keep up. Is there anything else going on, Ghost, that is worth noticing?
Not really. Everyone's kind of spread off in that battle.
Right, Scarito still on the back of this Williams. There is a yellow flag, which is going to be... No! That is Turbozon. And there is a position change at the front. That is going to be Stricken onto NYT, and that is his move onto the podium. 2 laps of racing to go. The Hasses are having a little bit of a scrap, and it's going to be Shooter who keeps it. Yep, he has got Loki right behind him, and that'll probably make it easy. 2 cars wide or wheel to wheel through the Grande, or cover the Grande. But it will be Charman who gets the head of the AlphaTauri. Scarito going to make a lunge into the Roger Chicane. Scarito inside line Oh, it's going to be super close now, and it's going to be Charman defending that position. That is great racing from the Scarito and Charman. An easy level bot squeezes through. Who spun there, by the way?
BX Pro. I'm not sure if it was on his teammate or not, but if it is, there's going to be some anger.
Yeah, and once again, it's going to be Scarito hunting down Charman. Had a really good battle just at the Roger chicane. Scarito is just going to back out, and he hasn't got his rear wing open. That's weird, but Scarito is simply he's just going to wait for Charman, and he's going to get him on the pit straight. Shooter right behind Loki as well. Shooter is going to go try and make sure he gets the DRS out of the final corner, and he does onto Loki, so he's going to be ahead of the McLaren as it is, and he's going to get DRS. NYT hunting down onto Stricken. Loki out of this now, he can't get close. He doesn't have the DRS. NYT and Stricken are going to have a little bit of a go here. NYT gets by, but he's just getting a 3-second penalty. I think he just went a bit too late into the first corner. Chartman and Easy Level Bot all's going here, and Easy Level Bot goes through both of them. Past Scarito and Charman, he goes. So there's so much stuff going on, I can't keep track. Loki right behind onto Shooter, and that's a huge that's a huge rear end touch from Loki. That is going to be heavily in the stewards, and that has just ruined Shooter's race. And he's spun again. Oh, that's so unfortunate. It's a bit sloppy driving from Loki. That is really sloppy. And all these drivers are going to see them move up position. That's Scarito as well, who has beached himself on the corner. Let's just go on to Raman. Yeah, he's beached. He has to, reset, Scarito, reset. You can reset. Your beach, reset. Oh, he's last anyway.
Isn't that going to become to the very back then?
Yeah, but let's go on to the sprint leader. He's been lonely at the top, only 6 laps, but Rahman is going to take the sprint victory in Monza. Slow over the line, simple for Rahman. Socio in second place with Stricken, making it a double Red Bull podium. NYT in 4th. I think May will pick up that position. No, he won't. Loki with a dodgy incident in 6th. Chartman in 7th. Anton in 8th. BX Pro in 9th. And then Easy Level rounding off the top 10. We saw glimpses of really good racing there. And then glimpses of not so great racing there. Who are we waiting to finish? That's going to be Johnny Shirt just coming out of Parabolica. That was smooth sailing for the Red Bull. That was really simple. Right, so let's quickly just go through the grid rundown. It's going to be Rahman taking full points from the sprint race. Socio in 2nd, Stricken rounding off the double Red Bull podium. NYT in 4th, May in 5th, Loki in 6th, Charman in 7th, Anton in 8th, BX Pro in 9th, and Easy Level in the top 10. Moment, Spandon, Shooter, Jolly, and Perbazar. Pratham, who saw himself DNF on lap 1, I don't know how. And then Scarito, who got disqualified for his car being beached. But that was a very eventful sprint. And that was hectic. I know the name is Nighty Night, but it's easier just to say NYT when a lot of stuff is going on. I'll say Nighty Night. I'll be respectful. Right, I'm just waiting for players to load up now. Who do you think's going to win this, Go Slow?
Uh-oh.
It's big pressure on you, man.
It's just connected. It's just disconnected, so give me a minute.
Oh, that's good. Well, there will be no formation lap this time, so well anyway, I won't ruin the highlights video this week. I was not I was curious why everyone was changing position, and I was like, this is a hectic formation lap now. I was like, oh no, they're actually racing. So everyone is just setting their fuel loads and their tyre strategy. Obviously, safety cars are likely in Monza. Turn 1, it's narrow and it's a heavy braking zone, almost coming down from 210 miles per hour down into maybe a second or third gear corner. There will be incidents. It doesn't matter how good. I have to agree that the guy in like 15th place, he's really bad. I have no worries. Well, if Rahman can just do what he did in the sprint, he will, I think, if he wins the sprint, if he wins the Grand Prix, I think he will take control of the championship. Let me have a quick little look. So he gets 8, or no, he'll be very close though if he can win this 35% race. We are still waiting for players, so I am getting a little bit worried for the good old lobby glitch. I'm getting very worried. I'm just gonna speak to Chartman just to see if the lobby is good. No, apparently the lobby is all good, just people waiting for the all good to go for the setups. Obviously, Monza is a super high-speed track. You're going to see very, very low setups. And there we go. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here in Monza. And it is lights out, and away we go. Rahman does take control of the Grand Prix. He is far enough ahead from Socia, but Stricken is going to now look to get into P2 on Socia. Holds the inside line. Doesn't look like a bit too much chaos at the back end on 90, and Stricken going to go a bit touchy through turn 1. There is an Aston who's been spun around, but at the back it looks okay, I think. Oh no, it's not! It is really not Pratham! He's just got sandwiched between Chartman and, I believe, Schuder, and that is an unreal accident. There's nothing Pratham could do. Both cars try to overtake him, and he was just left in the middle. That is unfortunate for Pratham. That is super unfortunate. That now leads us to our first safety car of the day. And that leaves Chartman and I believe Shooter without or with damage. That is super unfortunate for Pratham because he did nothing wrong there. He was unlucky in the sprint race, but today has really not been his day. Right, let's have a quick look at the tyres. Obviously there was no formation lap, we didn't get that opportunity. There's going to be soft tyres and mediums for most of the grid. A hard runner of Chartman, who is now going to have to pit for a set of mediums to try and get him the distance, is not going to be helpful. However, it's still doable. Let's see if any of the front runners are going to go into the pit lane, but it was Rahman who took a super dominant start. No one came close to him. Socio, no. Is anyone going to head into the pits? As Tom said, you can definitely do a one-stop onto the hards. The moment it's going to take that opportunity to get onto the hard tyres, as well as Scarito, who I think did pick up damage, and then I'm assuming Chartman as well will come into the pit lane. But majority of the grid are going to stay out, all on the soft tyres, apart from Socio, Loki, Easy, Anton, Spandon, Pervazar and Schuder, all on the mediums. At first I thought the grid start was actually going to be quite clean, and it was, but it was just on the exit. A few cars was getting a bit troubled, all cars 3 wide, and I mean, it's going to happen anywhere. It's Monza turn 1, incidents are going to happen. The best thing you can do is just make sure you avoid it, even if it means you have to lose a few positions. Yep, no worries about that. But it is the first safety car of the evening. 17 laps to go, or 18 laps. But I've definitely seen worse grid starts in Monza before. Well, anyway, it's somehow in 13th place. Let's have a quick look at the position changes coming out of the first lap. It's going to be the same at the top in the top 6. Easy Level has found himself up 3 positions, Chartman down 10. BX Pro has lost 1 position, then it's a few gains in the midfield, just Moment down 4, but that is due to a pit stop. Apart from that, most cars keeping their original sprint positions. I think there will be one more lap of safety car before we get back underway.
Okay, slow down, your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast.
And there's going to be a few pit stops. One of them is going to be, well anyway, I'm assuming is going to retire in the pit lane. Chartman also going to come into the pit. I think he's going to put on his hard tyres. That is my feeling, is that he's going to come in and yes, he's going to put back on his hard tyres, and that is probably the smart thing to do for the Aston. Just the one stop all the way to the end of the Grand Prix. That is a smart move from Chartman, who's probably done it apart from a few other drivers there. It's a little bit of a driver change in the midfield. They've sorted them out themselves. Whereas Chartman is just going to come up to the back of the field. This will be the final lap of safety car before we get back under racing for our feature race here in Monza. It is Rahman who is still leading the Grand Prix. He smashed everyone in the sprint race, and the safety car is going to be in this lap.
No overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap.
Honestly, it will take a while for the safety car to get back into the pit lane. It's a super long back straight, followed by a long right-hander, so the safety car will not be able to do some of the top speeds that these cars can do. So it's going to be a while sitting behind the Red Bull of Rahman. But it's all going to be down to when he decides to go. I'm assuming he's going to try and go as late as possible to avoid towing Socio all the way down the pit straight. And the safety car is now in the pit lane, so it is go whenever Rahman seems to do so, and he's going to do it now in the middle of Parabolic, and he's going to get a super good start from Socio with the Alpha in no position to contest this, but it's going to be a manic instant into turn 1. Once again, a load of cars going side by side. Rahman holds on to that lead very comfortably. Socio is going to have a little bit of a look down the outside. He's got a huge rear end touch there from Socio, but Rahman is still going to keep on to that position.
Take over. So the top 3 are battling. I'm looking on. We're going from a move on Easy Level into Scary. We're going to get the move done. Yes, he is.
Well, I am back. I am sorry about that. I also just saw that Purbazar. I just commentated truly coming at you then. I also could just see Purbazar who spun on the exit of Lesmo.
BX Pro.
Oh, is there contact or is that a spin?
I couldn't tell. I saw.
Oh, there's been a position change. And 90 has got past Rahman. He's actually just going to retake the position.
He's going to get right. There's only 99 in the game.
I ain't gone.
3 seconds.
Well, Rahman does retake the position down into turn 1. It's a huge snap from the Aston. Stricken going to follow in this car now all the way down through Grande now into the Roger chicane. Stricken, who is lacking a little bit, May in 4th place, holding on to that position. Has got Easy Level, who's going to come up to the back of him sometime soon. NYT closing in onto Rahman once again. Socio, who did go wide out of the safety car restart, had a little bit of a touch onto Rahman, is now down into 9th place, but no person to blame but himself. Moment in 10th place, who is still on the fresh, hard tyres to the end of the Grand Prix. Pervazar, who did have a little spin out of Lesmo, sat in 17th place and essentially out of this race. But 90 is super close onto Rahman now. This is going to be an interesting battle now, all the way down into turn 1. I'm pointing for the rest of the 15 laps of the Grand Prix. Loki and May are going to go at it, and Loki gets a position. I think May sort of has let him by, to be honest, because he will now get the DRS, I believe. Well, anyway, is not in tier 2. For some reason, he's just wanted to drive, but he's head admin, so we can't really do anything about it. I agree, admin abuse. Where's hashtag bring back Curly? Shooter gets past the Alpine of Anton. Super neat move, and Anton, being aware of the heavy braking, just going to make sure no one causes any incident. Socio is going to try and get the run on now onto the Alpine. He's going to get a lot better traction on those medium tyres. Those soft are going to start raining or graining off a lot sooner. And Anton just move his braking gun a little bit there. Socio inside line into the Roger chicane, makes it stick, but Anton, yeah, makes it stick. Super move from the Alpha, and now Moment sees himself up into P9. NYT, or 90, sorry, DRS active for the Aston, down into Ascari. He's going to gain onto Rahman. However, I don't think it will be a close enough gap. I don't think many moves into Ascari will be done. I have to agree with Mac there. Well, anyway, stop texting and driving.
That would be banned another into.
And there's a spin at the back. And that is going to be a safety car. That is going to mean that the leaders are going to come into the pit lane now. And that was BX Pro in the Haas who has crashed out. There we go, Rahman into the pit lane. And the Aston was super close to getting that position then. So there's going to be a double stack at Red Bull. Stricken is going to be held up in the pits now by his teammate. This is going to see him fall down the order. Everyone's swapping tyres. There's going to be a huge amount of position changes. Well, anyway, he's now fourth for some reason. Moment takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. Rahman onto the mediums. MYT also on the medium, so found himself now in 5th and 6th place. Stricken has seen himself lose, I think, 4 or 5 positions there. It's going to be awkward for the Red Bull now. But I mean, this has just been chaos from the sprint, and now on to 7th lap of our feature race. Who's going to take this? Go slow.
It's got to be Rahman, I think.
Rahman?
Pace the entire all night,
I think Moment has a really good opportunity, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of hoping Will anyway just lets the cars by. Because he shouldn't be here. Well, let's have a quick look at the position changes of the Grand Prix so far. That is penalties, that is... Where is it? Is it not? Oh, there it is, yeah. 10, obviously due to pit stops. Scarito up 16 places, however, is going to have a big opportunity now to hold on to that 2nd place. And Milene, yeah, thank you for that one, Egg. It's going to go into the pit lane. Vicky is not racing today, and neither is Ivy Whipple, so the 2 championship runners are both not here. So that... No, Marshall wasn't here today. Well, that is now going to help Rahman see himself go up to the pack, and now he's in P4, and that now gives him a lot better opportunity to get up the pack now. However, Moment is going to be a bit of a force to get past, because Moment is a quick guy himself. Obviously, he's on a bit older tyres, but, I mean, it's not going to be huge amounts of difference. And he's going to get past Chartman and Scarito, who, I mean, Scarito was had a super drive in Bahrain. He saw himself get, I think, 4th or 3rd. Scarito is not an easy pass. This is going to be stressful for Rahman, and one mistake and he's got 90, Loki and Easy Level Bot right behind him. Also, his teammate isn't in a position to back him up. Let's quickly just go over the tyre changes for everyone. Also, that everyone on their new fresh sets. The hard runners at the front who go to the end of the Grand Prix are sat in the top three. The Grand Prix net leaders are Rahman and Nighty, both on the fresh medium, from Loki and Easy Levelbot, who decide to opt for the hard tyre. There is a position change there for some reason. There we go. They put yourself once again. The safety car is going to be. It's going to be just Moman's opportunity to lead the Grand Prix away from the safety car. We do have a green flag now. An Easy Levelbot has got a yellow for ignoring yellow flag. I think that's a incorrect penalty, isn't it? I think that's an incorrect penalty, so I think he can report that he will get it removed. I believe.
Is that only a ticket? Yeah,
fair enough. Right, safety car is now in the pit lane, and Moman, when's he going to decide to go? He's going to go now, and Scarito's caught in napping. There we go, Scarito takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Moman had a super bad exit. A lot of the cars being super far away. And oh my god, what is going on there?
that's a great shot, Scarito.
Super dangerous. Scarito gets a yellow flag. Rahman looking to get past both cars, but Chartman and Moman are sort of blocking him in. Nighty on the inside of Rahman. This could be super dangerous into the Rogier chicane. Rahman goes into the back of Chartman. Nighty and Rahman are going to scrap this out now. Both survive very well. Loki right behind. Who has? Yeah, I'm not really sure what Scarito was doing there. Did you see?
Probably overtook him before the line.
No, he did. No, he was fine. Oh, Nighty's gone a bit wide on the exit and he's just lost the position. Or was that Chartman going wide? I don't really know. And Chartman not moving over for his teammate just yet, as he has got a lot of cars behind him. Rahman now into P3. You say Moman's got damage?
Yeah, 100% plates.
Yeah, obviously that will definitely go to the stewards, as I'm not sure what happened. I kind of just saw Moman heavy brake and attempt to move out the way, but yeah, that is severe damage. And Loki has just gone past both Askins. Oh, that looks like pure chaos behind. I'm going to go on the board with the Williams. Look at them up front. There's 5 cars and Loki's just smashed him into the wall. Loki.
Keep a close eye on that delta time. Make sure to keep it positive. Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low. I'm going to risk a penalty.
Yeah, this is going to be a busy evening for the stewards. What on earth was that?
Seems he may have hit the grass or something. Maybe somewhere you can see.
Well, we knew Monza would bring chaos, but that was not the prettiest sight. Wow, there is 9 laps of racing to go. It is Scarito who will be in the, I think will definitely be in the incidents room. Rahman takes the lead of the Grand Prix, Chartman in second place and May in third. True Loki has retired. I mean, I'm not really sure what happened there. Shame. I mean, that was complete chaos. There is going to be a few pit stops for Perbzar and Scarito putting on the fresh, soft tyre. and I'm just that was hard to commentate is probably the best words. But with a few laps to go, and well, anyway, has actually what has happened to her anyway? Well, Johnny Shirt has now found himself in a point-scoring position. So that's uncharted territory for the McLaren. But if he can try holding to this position, he will be in a point-scoring opportunity. Rahman obviously still leading this Grand Prix. Chartman now in second place on the old hard tyre. May, who is sat in third place at the minute. So I think a bit of luck has come to the Ferrari. Now May obviously was the championship winner from last season, but didn't really get along with the game early.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates,
Can confirm Formula E has been recreated. And it's the safety car going into a pit lane. That's a super late call for the safety car. But Chartman gets a good jump. May and Stricken are side by side now into turn one. Rahman comfortably in the league. Has to be careful of Chartman now into turn one. I think May has got past the Red Bull. Yes, he has. And Stewart did have a little look, but Rahman missed up his braking zone. That could be a huge loss for Rahman. He messed up his brakes and they're 3 wide coming out of turn one. Oh my. Oh my. Oh no, that was 3 wide between May, Stricken and the Haas, and it has seen May. Oh my. Chartman in second place with Shooter right behind him. Socio in 5th, Easier in 4th. I mean, this is complete carnage. Shooter closing up now to the back of the Aston, coming up to now into Ascari. Not going to make the move just yet. It's going to follow him through all this way now though. Shooter once again does go try and get past the Aston, and he does. Super good and clean move for Shooter, and he's into the podium positions, or further up the podium positions. Socio chasing down onto the Aston with Easy Levelbot and Anton right behind them. Oh, there's a lot of touching in that first corner, and they're 3 wide once again. I think Chartman does hold on to that corner. Shooter still ahead, but they're all so close to 3 wide again. Easy Level does just go through the middle of them, and you do not want to know what's just happened.
Seen on stream.
Oh. Easy Levelbot following in on the Aston once again. Easy, it's just going to make this move. Look, Easy, P2 for the Williams, gets past Chartman on the old hard tyre. He does seem to be struggling a little bit now. Rahman miles ahead. Also, he did have to cut the corner on the safety car restart, but he is flying ahead now. Shooter misses his braking point in Ascari as well, so that did have a little lunge from Socio. Shooter gets past the Aston of Chartman. There's another yellow flag, and that looks like Spandam. Anton gets past Scarito, old Alpine teammates from season 5, and Scarito gets ahead, and he's having a look to get past Chartman as well. Chartman is just falling down the order rapidly. Those old hard tyres are not giving him the confidence he needs to try and hold on to these positions. Scarito right on the back of him. They're going to close in onto the Haas of a Shooter, but Scarito not going to make that move, and oh, that was Scarito not. Oh no, that was Anton just not being aware of the slower moving cars, and he's just smashed into the back of him. No damage for the Alpine, but sees himself lose a lot of positions. But anyway, is somehow in the points after this. And the sound glitch is sort of back, so I will keep it on the driver cam for a bit longer. Herbazar sat in 6th place, following in onto Scarito and Chartman. These two, once again, there we go, simple move for Scarito. DRS activated for the AlphaTauri, down to Ascari. There we go, P4 for the AlphaTauri, but going to be a lot of incidents in the steward's room. I think tonight goes slow.
There's 2 already.
I think there's more than 2.
So far, that's been actually reported.
Yeah.
One of them hasn't supplied footage, everyone should supply us with a handheld footage.
Okay, be careful.
Well, Purvis are now onto the back of Charman, is going to make this move past the Aston Martin. Charman down into 6th place. And it's also going to be Shooter getting onto 2nd place of the Grand Prix. Easy Level Bot gets overtaken on the pit straight, nothing he can do about it. I would say that I'm surprised on the chaos, but I'm not, because I know what's going to happen in T1. Also, this track is just so bad for incidents, and that was Johnny Shirt, who I think actually spun. I don't think he got hit by anyone. That seems like a weird place to be hit. May does get the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but he is 25 seconds behind the rest. Easy Level Bot following in on the Haas once again. Rahman is long gone, to say the least. DRS activated for the Williams. Down at Sergilio. Would he make a move into Ascari? He could have a little go, but he's just going to be nice and smart. No reason to make the move yet. Shooter is holding on for his life. Scarito now also in a position. No, Purvisar has spun. And all he's going to smash into the wall. That was super dangerous. But I think this will be another overtake for the Williams. Pit straight, battery and rear wing activated. He's getting the slipstream as it is. Even without the DRS, he was gaining on the straight. Easy Level Bot does move into 2nd place. Scarito is also going to be close up this field as well. Both cars super nice and early on the brakes. Easy Level Bot does go deep, and now Shooter's going to have an opportunity to go around the outside, but has a big snap coming out of turn 2 down to the Curva de Grande. Shooter closing in onto the Williams. Will it be a move in the Roger chicane? No, it's not. Shooter did have a little look for it, but sort of what I like to call ego tested onto Shooter, or onto the Easy Level Bot on my side. Scarito once again with the DRS, just following in on these 2 cars ahead of him. Rahman 7.2 seconds ahead of the rest. Shooter gets the position down into Ascari. These 2 scrapping it out for this position. Could go on all day. Scarito on the new soft has to try and find a way through these 2. He is the quicker car. He just has to find an opportunity to blow his battery in a place where he can get both cars, one with the DRS and one without the DRS, and that opportunity could be now, because Easy Level Bot did not get a great exit. The opportunity for Scarito has to be now. He's got the battery, he has to blow it now. He's going to get the DRS. There we go. Scarito through both of them, gets the position. I said he had to time it right. Easy Level Bot, is he going to try and make a move? No, he's not. Scarito, 2nd place for Scarito, and that is how you do it. The fresh softs now have to try and push him ahead. Easy Level Bot snap on the exit of turn 2. But Scarito now has to push to make sure he gets away from the Williams, because these 2 are now going to follow him all the way now to the end of the Grand Prix, unless he makes a mistake. Shooter did go onto the grass then. It's not going to be a great run of corners now for Shooter. The dirty tyre, not going to be great for grip. He's already on 10 lap hards, so they will be in a pretty good condition. Easy Level Bot still, or does, wait, does it? Yeah, he does have the DRS for this corner. There's another yellow flag, and that is for the McLaren of Johnny Shirt. But Scarito out of the DRS, and there's a huge, the Shooter cannot control his car through Ascari, and he's in the wall and he's out. That's a huge shunt for the Haas. That is a huge shunt, and Scarito is now closing in on the Red Bull. That Red Bull with a 5-second penalty for cutting the corner and gaining an advantage could now be in threat of losing this lead. Because Scarito is in a position where he is gaining He needs to make up a second. There's a yellow flag, and that looks like, well, anyway? I don't know. Ah, Scarito following in now. This is probably the only battle left. Socio in for third place. Obviously, Easy does have that penalty, but I think he would much like to do it on track. Ramen is still slightly keeping hold of this lead, but it's going to be super close now until the end of the Grand Prix. He is out of battery. Scarito got a little bit left to go, but those soft... What has the tyre advantage here, Ghost, though? The 7 soft or the 11 hard?
Softs don't last now.
Oh, this is going to be super close. I mean, Scarito definitely will find himself in the incident rooms later, but it's about trying to build that gap now to make sure that if you do get penalties, that you try and minimise the damage loss, because there has been a few incidents. That is Purbazar in the wall out of Ascari. Let's see if we can see his car anywhere. It's on the left side. It's on the exit of Ascari, but we're on the final lap of the Grand Prix. It has been chaos from start to finish. Ramen, 5 seconds is the gap. It is under 5 seconds. Scarito did make up enough time in that first corner. Ramen has to try and do something through the rest of this lap to keep this engine failed. That is unlucky for him anyway. His engine has failed. Scarito in it by just 2.5 tenths. He is pushing, but he has got a big battery advantage compared to the Red Bull. Scarito's going to get this, obviously, before incident room penalties. This will be the first win for Scarito in Tier 2. Ramen will definitely cross the line first. He has got through Ascari unscathed, but Scarito has managed to get that gap down under 5 seconds. As Ramen goes past the Parabolica on the exit, the gap is 3.5 seconds. He comes over the line and wins the Grand Prix. It is going to be Scarito, first time winner in Tier 2. Ramen wins it on track. Scarito wins it on penalties. Socio in third picks up his first podium in his first race for GRL. Chartman in fourth. Anton in fifth. Yes, he will be fifth. Followed by Easy Level Bot, Spandon, Jolly, and May, who does overtake Jolly Shirt on the final lap of the Grand Prix. And Jolly Shirt goes extremely well, but Jolly Shirt is in the points. Yeah, Scarito likely has some penalties coming his way, but for now it is going to be Scarito who wins the Italian Grand Prix. Looking at KRL. Oh, let's just go through the grid rundown. It's going to be Scarito who takes the win in Italy, last or first, obviously. Well, likely has penalties coming this way. Ramen in second, and Socio on his debut as a reserve picks home a podium position. Chartman in fourth, Anton in fifth, Spandon getting sixth place for Mercedes. May, unlucky incident after the safety car restart. Jolly Shirt in ninth place picks up his, I believe, his first points of the season. Easy Level Bot in ninth. Well, who was your driver of the day, Go Slow?
It's probably Ramen, I reckon.
Yeah, I am gonna, yeah, I'll agree with you. Ramen, I think, will get the result in the stewards' room, judging by what I saw. But that has been the Global Racing League, and that has been the Italian Grand Prix here in the casual division. The Tier 1 race, which will hopefully be a little bit less chaotic, will also be streamed on this channel, but it's going to be done by F1ology, who is one of the new commentators we have here for Tier 1, and that will be streamed in 45 minutes time. But for now, I've been Spray, I've been joined by Go Slow, and thank you for watching, and good evening.
Join me in 45 minutes as I compete with Division 1. Same league, same track. Global Racing League at Monza.